And I'm Fatima.
And this is Fatash.
Fatash.
And I'm going to be a little extra stilted today. I don't know why. It's just kind of stiff bones today. Stiff bones.
Well,
But we're back after what? 3 weeks, I swear.
we only missed 1 week. It was Easter.
Okay. It seems so long.
I baked a cake for Easter.
Did you finally make that coconut cake?
No, the coconut cake I had made in February for my dad's birthday. This was the Dolly Parton banana cake.
Right.
Which I made that, and I didn't follow the instructions on the box because they had a recipe for banana pudding cake, and I love banana pudding and I love cake and I like banana cake, but I do not want to mix those two together. So
you don't want like a pudding center to your cake?
No, I don't like those. I want frosting because I love frosting.
Is it like the texture that just throws you off to have something wet and oozing in the middle of your cake? It's not as much structure as like icing.
I like icing. I like the flavor. I like the stiffness. I like icing. So I made it with a cream cheese based frosting.
Ooh.
And it was good.
That sounds good.
Yes.
Finally made it. Good on you.
I finally made it after lots and lots of prompting. Because like every couple of days, Mom would remind me, she would like, you said you was going to make that banana cake. I just mentioned it as a joke.
You can't joke about baking cakes in your family's house when they know you can bake a cake. You're just teasing them at that point.
I was just kind of like it's a banana flavored cake. Should we get that? It's limited edition. I like looked online to see if I could order it online. Them joints were sold out. Like I was like, should I get that? And then like, what would go with that?
It's not even a question of if. It's just when.
And then she was like, you said you was going to buy it. And then after I bought it, she was like, you said you was going to make it. You got everything you need to make it?
Look, you are providing free food in that house. You're cooking it. I mean, the labor is at least free. You're baking it. It's on demand. It's the least you can do to be in your parents' house. That's what
I don't mind. I don't mind doing it.
I know you don't mind, and they know you don't mind. So it's like, so why ain't you make it?
I wanted to take a little cake break. I've been like doing some strength training. I'm trying to like look cute for this summer.
Who are you trying to look cute for?
Me. I'm the most important.
Say that. I love that. Yes. I too am working on my body. And by working, I mean just trying to eat more. Kind of.
Okay.
Baby steps. I'm drinking Boost every day. So
I'm increasing my protein intake. Not because it was initially my idea, but my mother informed me that she has thin bones. And so, yeah, and like, and I guess it's something related to bone loss, and she says it's hereditary, and that she probably should have been like taking those collagen supplements like 20 years ago when she was in her 40s. So she was like, "You're still in your 40s, so you're gonna take this collagen peptides stuff so that you don't bust a hip when you get to be my age." And I was like, oh, well, good looking out. And then I was thinking, and then I was seeing like an extra 20 grams of protein a day. I was like, well, if I'm going to have to increase my protein intake anyway, I might as well lift the weights that I have.
Right. And I mean, 20 more grams, that's about what's in like if you get like the Boost supplement drinks, that's usually about how much more grams are in there. I think mine does that. I just know it has like 530 calories a box. Yeah. So I'm like, just barely making my minimum caloric intake in a day if I drink 2 of those. So I'm still not really making my minimum. But I just want to add a little fat. They say that you should, like, with your food and protein increase, you should also be working out. But I really don't like working out, so I just want to see how pudgy I can get before I can't take it no more, and then work on working that off. That's the goal.
Well, what
that's
do you
the
mean by working out? Like my mom, she also says that she doesn't like working out, but I've like convinced her to start doing some stuff just by like just getting her to explore. Like, well, how about a walk? Like, you don't have to run. What? How about a walk? How about some Pilates? How about some yoga? How about we do like a little bit of strength training? And now we've got like a routine, like 3 times a week. We have a set time and we go do through our little weightlifting video. And she's getting stronger.
Aww.
And more flexible. And after we do the weight training one, I found like a 10-minute flexibility one, and she's stretching and she's getting more flexible too.
Oh, that's nice. Well, for me, I don't know if I had mentioned this to you or someone else, but like I need to trick myself into being active. Like once a week, I probably walk about 10 minutes, and that's 5 minutes to my train in the morning, 5 minutes from my train when I get home. So that's about all the exercise I will get in like a week, maybe. And then I like to ride my bike, but if I don't have a destination in mind for riding my bike is just going to collect dust in my hallway. And sometimes I'm just not in the mood. Like, oh, it's a nice day today. I should ride my bike. Where am I going to ride my bike to? I don't know. Guess we're not going to ride our bike.
No. Where are we going to ride our bike to? Like, you just get on the bike and you just start going.
No, I don't know. That's not
you
me.
You could do it.
I could, but I'm very lazy. So
that's what I used to do as a kid, but then everything.
Yeah, as a kid, it's different. You just ride your bike wherever. But for me, as an adult,
everything ended up in food. Like,
yeah, I need a destination for my being active. I need to feel like I've accomplished something outside of, oh, I got 10 minutes of bike riding in. That's just
How about the lake? How about you just go to the lake and hang out, chill out, bring a book?
Just no. Well, I could bring a book. I got a stack of books I gotta get through too.
I know you like to read.
I do.
Find a park.
Keep
running around until you find a little spot that you like, and then just go there.
You know what? I might just have to do it because like Saturday was beautiful. It was like 78 degrees outside, and I stayed my ass in all day.
Oh.
Did not go outside. I only went downstairs to throw out the trash and to pick up my manga that got delivered. Like I told you, I have a stack of books, but I was waiting on bated breath for this new volume of this other series that I am also reading. And when I tell you I finished that shit in like 30 minutes, the book is too damn short. I'm so fucking mad. I gotta wait 6 fucking months for the next volume. And I've got plenty of books in between, but goddamn it, when that book comes in, everything is on pause and I'm reading that shit. Anyway, all that to say, I need to trick myself into being more active, or I'm not gonna do it. It just is tiring to think about because I have like weights. I have like ankle weights that I was wearing for a minute when me and my friend were trying to like get our bodies to do the splits, but we fell off of doing that after like maybe 2 weeks. But I still have them, so sometimes I'll just wear them around the house just to have a little bit of something on my legs because I'm trying to get my legs back, so I could wear my thigh highs and they have something to cling to. So that's the goal. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the goal. I want bigger titties and bigger thighs for my thigh highs.
I have ADHD and I need to move around or else I get depressed. So that's my only motivation. And also, like, I have found, like, unfortunately, I have found out that everything that they say about sleep is true. You do feel better if you put down your phone about an hour before you go to sleep.
Oh, an hour before?
Yeah, because the blue light that is emitted from your phone can suppress your natural production of melatonin, which is the hormone that helps you to go to sleep.
Oh, you know what? I have to do better because, like, so what I'll sometimes do is I'll have my phone on because I'm listening to like a podcast or something, and I'll like be turned away from it, or I'll turn it upside down so that the blue light's not emitting.
Well, I really love Spotify because they have a sleep timer. And so what I do for my routine now, because I had given up like bringing my phone all the way to my bed for Lent. Like, so, but in order to like still be able to like listen to jazz or listen to a podcast for 15 minutes before I go to sleep, I put it on my iPad, and I have like my iPad like at a position in the room that is way away from me or my bed, and I use their 15-minute sleep timer, because like after the timer goes off, it just shuts it down, and you don't need to be near it to shut it down. So it's away from me, it's not shining in my face. I can still like hear the podcast or the jazz, and it doesn't disrupt my sleep, and I'm not sitting there, because like if you like once you know that about blue light, it's like, wow, I really was playing myself, shining a light in my face, talking about how I'm about to go to sleep. Like, no.
Dang. Well,
yeah, like if an alien didn't know like you were watching something on your phone, they would just see you shining a light in your face.
It's like, what the fuck is this? Humans are fucking weird. They just got just a flashlight in their face. Like, what? All right, I'll have to try.
Plus,
that
the
more.
temptation is there. The temptation, as long as I have my phone in my hand, the temptation is there to Google any random shit that pops into my head, and that can go on for hours. That can go on all night, because like when you disrupted your melatonin, you fall asleep for a little bit, and then your sleep cycle's all fucked up anyway. So then you wake up in the middle of the night, like, I wonder.
Yeah. I'll be laying there like, I wonder about such and such. We'll look it up in the morning. Let me just look it up right now. I mean,
yeah. When I first, in the first couple of nights that I did it, I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, I am bored. And then the other responsible side of myself said, bitch, you should be bored. It's 2 a.m. or some shit. Like, go to sleep. Yeah, so like I kind of got silly with this routine, but I am having like the best sleep of my life, and I am actually like waking up in the morning and not feeling tired, and I've never felt like that ever. So I put it on like jazz or something for 15 minutes. I turn off all the lights except for like one little night light, and then I bring out a physical fucking book and I read it until I get tired, and then I go to sleep. And then I was reading, like, I was wondering, like, wow, I really am sleeping better. So not only for me, it seems like that blue light stuff, where I know it's controversial, where they're like, does it make a difference? I don't know. But it turns out for me, it appears to be absolutely true. Absolutely true. But also the notion that if you go to bed at the same time every night, your body knows when to start making melatonin. And if you wake up at the same time or around the same time every morning, it knows when you should wake up, so that you aren't waking up in the middle of your sleep cycle, which is one of the contributing factors to feeling like groggy for several hours after you wake up.
Interesting. All right, because I usually try to like be in bed by midnight. Personally, that's
the time that I've been doing it. I've got it built out, so like around midnight I go to sleep. 8 o'clock I wake up, and I feel great.
Or like I will get away from my computer at midnight. Like maybe I'm like on like Google Chat or something with a friend, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna head to bed now. So then shut down the computer. Well, turn the screen off on the computer. And then I get in bed, but then I'll like turn on a podcast or something and turn my phone upside down so the light's not beaming and fall asleep. But because I don't have YouTube Red, sometimes commercials pop up.
Oh,
so yes. Then I gotta turn over and I'm flashed with that blue light for a minute just
into your face. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But for the most part, doing that, I do find that I'm waking up before my alarm. My alarm is set for like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'll wake up at like 7:45 or something. So then I'm like, nope, I'm gonna just lay here until the alarm goes off, you know, like trick myself into thinking I'm getting like an extra dose of sleep so I'm not so groggy. I also need to get some coffee now that I think about it. I don't have no coffee in the house.
Oh, I could never live like that. No.
Yeah, I have Mountain Dew, so I have caffeine, but morning?
That's not enough. That's not. I've never felt the caffeine. People say caffeine's in soda. I've never felt it. I drank Jolt when that was a thing.
It's not like a strong thing. At least for me, I might have built up like a tolerance because I've been drinking Mountain Dew almost daily since high school.
Yeah.
But it's like you don't feel the effects until it's like midnight and you realize that you're still awake and not tired.
Mountain Dew, I don't feel anything. I need something much stronger. I need coffee.
I need heroin.
Yeah, I need coffee. I need 3 servings of black tea, green tea, Red Bull. Neo makes this like flavored caffeine thing that you're supposed to put into your water. I'll put a lot of that in a little bit of water.
That just sounds like a heart attack waiting to happen.
I eat chocolate covered coffee beans. Did I mention about the ADHD?
Okay. Are you doing this all at once, or these are just what you have in rotation?
This is just what I have on hand in case I have a project or something that needs to be done because I procrastinated, or just I need to like move fast. I need to get something done off of my plate, such as like tax season is here. There's a deadline. Gotta get it done.
Tax season is over.
No, it's not. It's due by the 18th this year.
Oh, I already put mine in.
I did too, but with the help of caffeine.
We all need help.
There's an unpleasant task that I need to power through. I keep these things on hand, well stocked.
But again, you're not taking these all together. Like you're not taking a shot of Red Bull and a cup of coffee and downing some chocolate covered caffeine beans all in one sitting. Like that's not your dinner.
No.
Thank God. So trying to kill yourself.
Yeah, taxes are due. But yeah, trying to power through an unpleasant task. Got that. Yeah. So yes, I keep lots of different types of caffeine on hand. I remember an aunt asking me like, so Fatima, what do you think? Like, is it coffee or tea? And I was like, what do you mean or?
The answer is yes.
Coffee in the morning, tea the rest of the day. I try to stop around 4 o'clock so that I can then get my sleep at night.
Yep. That's why I try not to have Mountain Dew before or not after like 3 in the afternoon. Definitely not after 5, unless it's the weekend, because that's when I get crazy.
But okay, so I was trying to fix my sleep once again. It's a thing that I do sometimes because I do have a history of a sleeping disorder. But so I was like I said, I take like a physical book because like no blue light, also not connected to the internet. So if I have an idea or if I want to search something, can't do it because my phone's all the way over there and I already said like I'm going to bed. But I was looking around the house for like books to read before I go to sleep, and I came across The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison. And all I have to say about that is I never want to read any disturbing shit like that right before bed ever again in life. Because
Oh my god.
have you read it?
No.
Read it. Give yourself nightmares.
What the heck? What in the world?
And it's the first book that I've read by Toni Morrison, but it solidifies an idea that I've had about her for a while now because I saw Beloved, which is that secretly she's a horror writer.
You said it's called The Blue Who?
The Bluest Eye.
Oh, The Bluest Eye.
Mm-hmm.
It's about white people.
Mm-mm. It's about internalized racism.
Okay, so white people. White people are somewhere in this?
You can't put them. It's not really about them.
Okay, let me see here. The novel takes place in Lorain, Ohio, and tells the story of a young African-American girl named Pecola, who grew up following the Great Depression. Set in 1941, the story is about how she is consistently regarded as ugly due to her mannerisms and dark skin. As a result, she develops an inferiority complex, which fuels her desire for the blue eyes she equates with whiteness. Interesting. The novel is told from Claudia McTeer's point of view. She's the daughter of Pecola's foster parents. She's the daughter of Pecola's foster parents.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I don't know why this is throwing me off.
Okay, so you have Claudia.
Is the daughter of Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. So Pecola is staying with Claudia and her parents.
Mm-hmm.
And the story is from the perspective of Claudia observing Pecola.
Yes.
At different stages in her life. In addition, there's an omniscient third-person narrative that includes inset narratives in the first person. The book's controversial topics of racism, incest, and child molestation.
Yes. Do you see why it got heavy? It got really
led to numerous attempts to ban the novel from schools, and I'm so tired of all these book bans. It is getting ridiculous. Now let me be clear though. Now, this topic itself, should this be in the kindergartner's library? No.
Well, people do not recommend this book at the kindergarten level, but like very often, like I first became aware of this book in high school because one of my friends was reading it. So it's in the high school library.
Yeah, like this shouldn't be in like middle school. This is definitely like high school level library or public library. Don't just be banning this from the public library. Adults go there too.
Yeah, this shouldn't be banned.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think there's many books that should be banned. Bless you. Like the books that I feel like need to be banned are those books that are like teaching you how to build weapons and shit, or how to get away with murder.
Well, also like, what's the point of banning that book when the internet is still here? And now Chat GPT and all the other AI apps, they're also here.
True. But I mean, like back in the day when they were like really trying to like ban shit. But even
we don't have to go that far back because they're still doing it.
I know. I mean, before we had the internet.
I don't think it should be banned. I think I shouldn't read it before I go to sleep because
Again, this is one of those books that I don't think need to be banned. Like they be wanting to ban stuff just because of the subject matter, but it's like you could just not read the book.
You should read it.
You can just not read the book. Why you gotta ban it? You ain't gotta ban it
because you want control over other people's minds. That's why.
I heard recently there was like a school, I'm gonna say in South Carolina or something, that was named after a black man who was like maybe either the grandchild of a slave or something. He has close ties to slavery at the time, and he was like a well-known author. His biography is banned from the school because it talks about racism. It was a thing, people. What you need to you hear that saying all the time, like if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it.
Right.
You gotta know your history on racism. Like, no one is championing racism, but if you do not see and hear and read about the effects of it on people back then and now, let alone how it was implemented, you're not going to understand how to avoid it yourself. Because you could just be doing shit and not realize, oh, this is based on implicit racism I have. But I didn't know it was implicit because I don't know what racism is outside of blatantly saying I don't like this race. It goes deeper than that, people.
Right.
Y'all just want to stick your fingers in your ear. La 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 la. I don't see color. La 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 la. Like, stop it. But I'm surprised this hasn't been made into a show. This sounds like low key. This almost sound like Swarm. It kind of like there was elements of it that reminded me of Swarm, just in terms of like the foster child having some sense of like jealousy for someone else, or like envy, not jealousy, but like envy to be somebody else. Is the Claudia chick white?
No.
Okay.
I am serious. This has nothing to. This doesn't really have anything to do with white people.
Yeah.
And the biggest villains in the story are other people of color, and they're
ain't that the truth? Ain't that the goddamn truth?
And not even people of color, black people, and internalized racism.
Yeah. For sure, because it's like black people be the first ones to tell you why you talk like that. You too dark, or you need to have a kid with a white man so the baby's like that. It is crazy. The shit we get from our own community, more so than white folks. It is. It's sad. It really is. It's a little better, slightly. It's a smidge better, but it's still there. It's still there. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a look. Again, I have a backlog of books now because I have to be in the
And I am really excited to read Toni Morrison's other stuff, but I still would read it during the day because like I do not want to go to sleep with that on my mind. And she goes like, but it's also written so beautifully, so I can see why people love her so much.
It's like you read stuff by certain authors, you're like, damn, where did this come from? Who hurt you? Like,
well, no, she has like a really interesting story that's told in the, what do you call it, after like the end? It's not, the prologue is at the beginning, but it's epilogue. Like there's really interesting epilogue that she added to, I forget like which edition, but it's like I had this was in the book that I read, where she talked about where she got the idea for this book, and I believe this is the first book that she wrote. She got this idea from a conversation she had when she was in elementary school, and they were discussing like whether or not God is real. And this like very beautiful dark-skinned girl said, well, I don't believe that God is real at all because blue eyes, and I still don't have them. And she thought, how sad is it that she wants to change herself because she thinks that that would be more beautiful, but she can't see how beautiful she actually is. So them talking about like relentlessly about how ugly Claudia is, when like the third party observers is saying like Claudia is actually very beautiful.
Yeah, and it's the
internalized racism and the internalized colorism, not just from her, but also from her mother and teachers and other people in her environment that is making her feel that she is so ugly.
And you know, here we are in 2023. You can have blue eyes as a black person if you want them.
Oh,
you can get them blue-eye contacts.
No, not only contacts. You can have plastic surgery to get different color eyes.
Yeah,
like Tiny did.
I would not want to do that.
It comes with a catch. You might go blind. Also,
exactly, because being blue-eyed just means there's no melanin in your cornea. That's it. There are black people who have natural blue eyes.
Mm-hmm.
They just have a lack of melanin in there. And it was there's actually a YouTuber. I don't know her name. I've seen
Oh,
like
I
a
know
few
who
of her
you're talking
videos.
about, and she has natural blue
Yeah,
eyes. Yeah.
natural blue eyes that she got from her mom,
Mm-hmm.
and she has like dark skin.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful dark skin. Like it is sad that there are so many women and just men in general. No, it's let me speak to the women for one, because dark skin, for whatever reason, well, we know the reason, it's racism, but or colorism, dark skin has been built up to be like masculine identifying. So a woman being dark skinned is seen as a bad thing, but a man being dark skinned, ooh, masculine, ooh, he's so powerful. I'm like, what the heck? Because like there are so many, I forget what part of Africa, I want to say the Sudan, where people are just like dark, like darn near purple. And when I see pictures of those people, I am just like in awe of their beauty. It is like ethereal. It is otherworldly in the best way, where it's like I have never seen someone in my everyday life look like this. And for me, the difference is the beauty. It's like this is so starkly different than anything I've ever seen. It is mesmerizing. But for other people, it is horrifying. It's wrong. You don't look like everything else. It's ugly. I don't like it. I'm like, but that's what makes it especially nice. And it's so sad to know that there's so many people who grow up hating their skin just because it's dark. Like, as long as you've got like really clear complexion, I don't see why you would see it as ugly. Like, you look painted. Like, whether you are pale white, even though I would be concerned for your health, like, what's going on? But whatever your color is, as long as it's like a clear complexion of that color, I would think it's beautiful, personally.
Right.
That's so sad.
It was so sad. Yeah. Once again, do not read Toni Morrison before bed, unless.
I said, don't read Toni Morrison, but also read Toni Morrison.
No, read Toni Morrison in the daytime, like you would a vampire book. Well, maybe not even vampire books, because I could read a vampire book before bed, because I know vampires aren't real, but internalized racism definitely is.
It's very real. Mm-hmm. There are people like Pecola out there. Would you say that she's kind of like Dre from Swarm in like her obsession with blue eyes?
I'd say that there's some overlap. But like, whereas Dre, they didn't really like, they definitively did not tell us like how she got to be that way. The bluest eye, like, that is the point. It's like a thorough explanation as to
how she got to this
point and what happened. And there's a lot of like very dramatic experiences that she has that would have messed up anybody. That occur, and you get to see, not just from her perspective, but also from their perspective, like what happened to them and how are they thinking about themselves when they inflicted this abuse on this child.
I'm mad her name is Breedlove. Man, I'm just looking at all the different themes according to Wikipedia. Black girlhood, white lifestyle standards, internalized racism, religion, media and culture, shame, breakage, and separation. Yeah, this is the kind of book that I definitely have to be in the right mindset for.
Yeah, but I just plucked that off the bookshelf in my parents' house, and then I was like, and also Dad and I had a conversation about where some of his books went, because He told me that I was stealing, but I told him that, like, when I was 9, he told me that I could take any book off the shelf that I wanted to, and that he would never deny me a book. So I could always, like, ask for books.
Right. It's not stealing when it's in the house and you know where it is if you ask for it. Like,
he was like, but you keep doing it though, like, because I was asking
you
him,
ain't even reading it.
Oh no,
like I stole the book out of your hand.
He did eventually admit, he was like, okay, so I do admit, like, most of those books were aspirational, and then you actually went and read them.
Look, don't be giving me permission for stuff that you really don't want me to do, because I'm gonna do it.
I didn't know you'd do that for the next 30-some years.
I had a friend that was he was on Facebook. He was feeling himself, apparently. He was like, somebody needs to humble me. I was like, post a picture, I'll do it. He was like, I don't think my fragile ego could handle that. I'm like,
He's like, well, you did it yourself then.
Look, don't ask me to humble you. I will do it. And I won't even be that mean about it. I will just state facts. And it'll hurt your feelings. And I will sleep like a baby. Anywho, so outside of Miss Toni Morrison, anything else that you're reading or watching currently?
I'm reading a book that I had borrowed from the Chicago Library during my first semester of grad school, but then never returned, and then had to pay a fine. So now I own it.
That's how it works, man. Also, and that is so annoying though, because they'll sit there. I've offered to buy a book from the library. It's like, no, you have to pay the fines on it, and then you can own it, which it's over time though. So like, I have to keep waiting for this shit to be missing for months to eventually have paid its sell price when I could have just bought it from you day one.
And that was the last time that I borrowed a physical book from the library. And also I never read it. Like, I didn't get around to, like, I'm reading it now, and some parts of it, like, because I'm at the very beginning of it, like, some parts of it I'm like, oh, okay, like, oh yeah, I vaguely remember this from, like, over a decade ago when I first started grad school. And it's like, it's I think it's called, like, The Antidote, and it is about, like, the science of happiness and how very often happiness cannot be approached directly, because the things that you think will make you happy, actually, like, as you're pursuing happiness, actually just make you sadder. And they're unfulfilling. So this is about, like, the science of happiness and how we can, like, approach it from the side. Yeah.
Interesting. In the pursuit of happiness, you are actually unhappy. Mm-hmm. Well, that makes sense. In the pursuit of it, yes, but what about when you actually obtain it?
So when you're trying to, like, repress it, like, you're trying to do, like, that positive mindset, and you're trying to put a positive spin on every little thing. So he gives an example that, so, like, in the first chapter, he talks about, like, how starting this and, like, how we can become, like, more happy through, like, these non-traditional channels, such as, like, reflecting on things such as stoicism, and simplifying your life. He starts out at what is called a Get Motivated, like, seminar, and it's one of these, like, seminars where they, like, pump you up and they try to get you to, like, think positively. And I guess there's some huge organization behind it, because, like, the keynote speaker that night was going to be George Bush. No, that would be crazy if it was George Washington.
They don't raise him from the dead.
Raise him from the dead. He's gonna tell you to get motivated.
First of all, why are there all these niggers in the audience?
Actually, George Washington had very complicated feelings about slavery. The reason that he didn't abolish it was because he thought that it would tear the nation apart, and, like, very well, it nearly did.
Over there in heaven, like, what did I tell you? What did I tell you?
But what he did do was upon his death, he freed all of his slaves. The problem was that he could not free all of the slaves in his household because those other slaves belonged to his wife, and his wife was like, no. So then it became a problem for some, because some of his slaves were married to her slaves, and so it was.
That's some bullshit.
It
What
was a
in the
mess.
world? What in the world? Wow. I never even considered that husbands and wives back in the day would be coming with their own slaves, like,
and slaves are property that can be passed down.
You married a bitch that would not. Wow. Oh, that is horrible.
She said you can do what you want with yours, but you can't do anything with mine. You can't touch it.
I'm keeping my Funko Pops. You can't touch my Funko Pops. These are mine. When we got together in the marriage, you can do what you want. What you bought before we got married, you can do what you want, but I'm keeping mine.
And there's one,
that's wild.
So there's one story that I always remember about, like, George Washington and his slaves. So I guess there was like a main slave for the wife, and she ran away. So he sent somebody to go catch her. Whoever he sent to go catch her did not have much of a backbone. So he said, so the guy caught up with the former slave, and he said, you know, Mrs. Washington is like distraught. She's crying. She thought you guys were friends. Like, you need to come back right now.
No, you can't own your friends. Oh my friend left me. Bring her back. I don't care if you gotta take a foot off. Bring her back. She's my best friend.
and the former slave said, no. And then he was like, are you serious right now? She was like, yeah. And then he was like, oh, okay. So then he went back to George Washington and it was like, she said no. And he was
she said, nah, I'm good.
George Washington said, what do you mean? She said, no, she's a slave. And that's how that woman got her freedom, because they were not able to catch up with her again after that.
Man. You said, I thought we were friends. Bitch, you own me and I didn't want to die. What, do you think I'm just gonna call you a bitch every day? No. Are you kidding? I thought we were friends. Do you own Miss Sally down the road? That's your friend. Wow. That's crazy. But
anyway,
yeah,
so we're talking about this.
That's one way to pursue happiness.
and the guy is British, and he thinks all of this like is very weird. And he was like,
he's British. That's the first thing.
And he's talking about
British
like
aren't very happy people.
I wouldn't say that.
They every time British folks be talking, they kind of tout themselves as like, we aren't very happy people. They're very dry humor and
whatever. Like, I love them.
Yeah.
A bunch of
British I like it too. I'm just saying that's how they
sent me a box
themselves.
Of candy. They sent me this big box of candy. It's full of
the dude?
British.
Wait, ain't that the guy that you said liked you?
No. I said, this is not from him. This is from some of his friends who are now my friends.
So your British suiter has
other
guys who likes you. Okay.
No.
Okay.
This is a couple.
Oh, it's a couple. Okay, do you want to make it a throuple? Okay,
no, they're just nice. They're just being nice. Because like
Lady
when he was
Bridgerton.
here, he was here, and I was like, you should bring stuff back for your friends. And then I just kept saying, like, you gotta put some hot tamales in there, and some red hots, and some lemon heads, and some sugar babies, and some Skittles, and some Starbursts. Do you have these in the UK? Well, they like put them in the box. So like when, so I pressured him to buy all this stuff for them.
Okay, so
And
they're just
then
doing it out of politeness.
they got it, and then they were like, "We need to send Fatima stuff. You need to get some stuff."
Okay.
So like they sent me, and they were so generous, and now I need to send them a box of stuff, and I need to send Sunil a box of stuff because this all
That's the British
started.
dude?
Yeah, and like I got these tea cakes.
Aww.
And like it's a whole bunch of stuff in here. So I'll be slowly working myself through all of these treats. Like
Okay,
dip
well,
dab. This looks like fun dip.
Dip dab. Ain't
Dip dab.
that a drug?
No. Oh, is that a drug named dip dab?
I feel like a dab is a type of drug.
This is a sherbet dip with a tasty strawberry flavor lolly. I guess this is like, you know how Fun Dip, you have like the sugar stick and then you lick it and then you stick it into the, okay. So I guess
the tongue depressor that tastes disgusting. Ugly.
This is, I guess they call it a lolly. I guess it's a sucker. And then you dip your sucker into the powdered sugar. Isn't that great?
Yeah. It sounds better than a tongue depressor. Those things are disgusting
and look at this.
Over here.
Okay, so you know how Snickers has nougat? That's that.
Yeah.
That's that foamy stuff. That's not the caramel and the peanuts. This is just a big thing of nougat.
Wait, Snickers have caramel?
Yeah. Snickers.
Wait.
Snickers has caramel and chocolate. Caramel, chocolate, and peanuts on the top. There's chocolate and peanuts on the top. It's got nougat.
That's how it gets its
on the bottom, and then it's all wrapped in chocolate. This is just a big thing of nougat. That's what?
That don't even sound right.
What?
A big thing of nougat.
It's a big thing of nougat. And it's strawberry nougat with peanuts.
What? Okay, first of all, what the fuck is a nougat? Now that we keep saying it, what the fuck is nougat if it's not chocolate?
It's not chocolate.
I'm afraid to find out. Hold on. Now I gotta look it up. But anyway, pursuing happiness.
Yes, pursuing happiness. British people are lovely. Say nothing bad about them because, like, they sent me a box.
I didn't say they weren't lovely. I'm just saying they tout themselves as not necessarily being the most happiest of people. You can be a polite person
that
and not be
pursuit of happiness
look at
thing
me. Look at me.
Look at this crunchy. Did you know that Cadbury makes other things besides those eggs? This is just this is called a crunchy. Also, I can't, like, there is so much math on this packaging. They don't call calories, they call it energy.
Oh, so that you don't feel bad about being fat. I'm not fat, I just have a high energy intake.
I don't know. And then, like, I was asking them, like, why so much math on the packaging? Is that why you're all so smart? And he was like, well, no. I often need to get out my calculator to figure out what the hell is going on.
What? I ain't never heard British people being associated with being especially smart.
What? I have.
Yeah.
Because, like, the language.
They sound
smart.
No, their accent makes them sound, like, polished and all that.
They sound smart.
But not necessarily smart.
Well, these ones are smart. They're like physicists and shit. So,
okay.
And lawyers.
That accent really does give more, like, credence to whatever they're saying. Like, it sounds like they know what they're talking about.
It sounds true, whatever they're saying.
Just with that accent. 4 + 4 = 8. Like, oh, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. This is crunchy. I don't know what it's. It's wrapped in chocolate. It gives me no clue as to what it tastes like. It's something crunchy, like wrapped in chocolate. It's
like a crunch bar.
What's a crunch bar?
Nestle Crunch Bars.
Oh, with like the dried rice in it, the puffed rice in it.
Whatever they are, yeah.
This doesn't
That'd
look
be
like
good.
puffed rice, but it also doesn't look like anything I recognize.
All right, well, eat one on camera.
No.
Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it.
And I have
you
these.
don't want to because is it because it looks like a giant dick?
That's
Is that
another
why you
thing.
won't eat it on camera?
I don't know what it is.
I don't care. Put it in your mouth. Figure it out. We'll learn together.
No. I got these caramel wafer biscuits. That's another thing. They call cookies biscuits. That is something I frequently need to remember. Right. One of them came to America, went to McDonald's, and saw all these sausage, egg, and bacon biscuits. It was like, what the hell? Why would you put...
Y'all put eggs on
And then he ordered one and learned that we mean something very different when we say biscuit.
Okay, so what do they call our biscuits?
I don't know.
Now
I don't know.
So then what do they...
Calories or energy. Biscuits or cookies.
Maybe cookies or biscuits?
No. Oh, and also chips are crisp.
Yes, I know that one.
And this tea cake is
chips are crisps and fries are chips. Fries are chips.
I have fries. I have scampi fries.
Oh my god. What are biscuits and what are this? How do you spell biscuits? Is it with a C or a Q?
Wait, these scampi fries? I don't think they're potatoes.
What the fuck is it? What is it? Soybean? Oh, it's a scone. It's a scone.
Biscuits are scones?
Yes.
Bacon, egg, and cheese scone does not sound right to me.
It's doing too much.
Okay, so I thought fries would be potatoes.
What are
these? Are not potatoes. This says that this is a scampi and lemon flavored cereal snack.
What the fuck is a cereal snack? Put one of them in your mouth.
No, because I don't want to open. I don't want to open it because then once I open it, I have to eat it, or else it'll go bad or get stale or whatever, and I don't want to do that.
Oh my god! You show us all these British snacks and won't even do a taste test.
I tasted some. I had these tea cakes because I showed Dad this whole big box. I don't think it's shrimp. I'm looking for shrimp in the ingredients.
Well, you said scampi. What is scampi? See, I keep Googling these words that I realize I don't know the real meaning of.
I thought scampi only went with shrimp. Like, I'm familiar with the shrimp scampi from Red Lobster.
What the fuck is scampi? Let's see. What is scampi made of? Well, scampi is a shellfish.
Allergy.
But it's not a shrimp.
I don't think this has fish in it. It says that for allergy stuff, it doesn't mention fish allergies. It says might include gluten, barley, celery, and mustard. People can be allergic to mustard and celery?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so scampi is it's a type of shellfish.
This is a pub snack. Huh. I'm gonna have this with beer.
Interesting.
This is a jammy wagon wheel.
Yeah, it's a type of a jammy wagon wheel.
This is a
sounds like a weird sex act.
This is a
yeah, I got him with that jammy wheel last night. Jammy wagon wheeling. Hey.
Yum. This is a biscuit filled with mallow and jam and covered with chocolate flavored coating. Do they mean jam in the way that we mean jam?
What else would it be?
Oh, I see a little bit of like red something. So like maybe that's the jam, but it's just a little bit. It's mostly just marshmallow stuff. I don't know.
All right.
I tasted something today that at first
one of them.
Eat one of what?
I don't know, something. Put it in your mouth on screen.
No, because then like I had a strawberry chew thinking that it was going to be like a Starburst. It was more like an hour later, and then it would just be me sucking on something for like a very long time because I'm trying not to rip all the fillings out of my face, trying to bite into it and chew
That's
it.
what she said. Oh god.
Oh, and this is a Boost bar, which sounds like it's healthy. It's not. It's got caramel and stuff in it.
Nan-laters? No. It took me years to realize now-laters was now or laters.
And actually that's wrong. It's now and later.
Oh.
I know.
Now and later.
I know.
It's really not a now and a later kind of snack though.
It's gonna rip out the fillings out of your teeth.
You have to finish it now. Like you don't just take a now and later out of your mouth and put it back in the wrapper, because then it's gonna stick to the wrapper. It's hard enough getting it out of the wrapper the first time when it's dry. Now you want it back in the wrapper sticky? No.
It's now.
Absolutely not.
Later.
Now later. You said the whole thing. It's like a Tribe Called Quest.
It's Chewits. These are the British now or laters.
That makes more sense. But you can't really chew a now later until
yeah.
later.
That's
the later part of a now later. You suck on it now, and then you chew it later. You don't want to chew a now later
right out the gate.
Wrapper.
Yeah,
you're gonna break your teeth. Damn, they really like stole a whole candy shop for you.
These are bacon fries. Once again,
I don't know how I feel about that. Is it just bacon or is it fries?
It's bacon like flavor. Bacon? She asked me if I wanted something called like pork renderings or something, and I was like, "What? No,
like
no
pork
thanks."
rinds?
No, it looked like just little pork chunks. That were trying. So no, thank you. No, thank you.
We should send her a bunch of American snacks.
I will, because also she's never had taffy, so she's never had a Laffy Taffy, and she's never heard that song Laffy Taffy.
Take that Laffy Taffy. I wanted the British have like some kind of like British snack themed song.
Yeah, where there's a dance and everything.
Right, we got a lot of them. We got
chicken noodle soup,
Taffy, Tootsie Roll, chicken noodle soup, Tootsie Roll. We got a lot of them. We're fat over here. We got a lot of dances named after snacks. I know there's probably another one.
These are wine gummies. Oh, do they have juice in them? Is
there alcohol in it?
I don't think so. I don't think there's any alcohol in it. But it says
false advertisement.
Set the juice loose.
Ooh.
Set the juice
loose.
That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, ain't that a rap lyric? Mike, you know that. The juice is loose. Was that like a Lil Wayne? No, that's not a Starburst. What are you talking? The juice is loose.
The juice is loose.
Now I gotta look it up. I don't know why I feel it's either R. Kelly or Lil Wayne. Oh no, it was O.J. Simpson. Okay.
Oh no!
It was someone problematic. I knew that much.
Right, because they were saying it while he was getting away in the Bronco. Like, oh, these are good.
I think it was also something they just said. I think it's something they just said when he was like
he was in football,
like, a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was. Yeah.
These
You can sue them.
swizzles, these are so good. These taste like a Smartie at first, and then they get foamy.
Oh,
Yeah,
foamy. I don't like the sound of something foaming in my mouth. That
I
don't
love
sound
it.
right.
I love it. There's this candy called like Fizzlers, where it's like a hard candy on the outside, and then like in the middle of eating it, it just releases like some chemical foam stuff in your mouth. And I remember I gave one to my cousin,
I like
and
it. Nope.
he spit it out because he was like, I don't like things
Uh-uh.
busting in my mouth like that. And I was like, what?
See now, as someone who does not have experience in that happening, that is what was not clicking in my brain. I was like, there's something about something all of a sudden just creating additional liquid in my mouth that is not, it's not mapping for my brain. And your cousin put it succinctly. That, especially when you don't know it's coming. That's the thing. He didn't know it was coming. You knew it was coming, so you're like, yeah, I like this. Any person who has given head in my history don't generally like not knowing when it's about to happen. And you just did it in candy form.
It's delicious.
So the initial reaction is going to be spit out immediately. Well, you heard it here, folks. You heard it here first. You don't have to warn Fatima. She'll like it. And you ain't deny it.
It's like I can read the tea leaves. Like, no, what?
Oh my god. Oh
Shut
my
up,
god.
Ashley.
I didn't say nothing, and you did not deny it. And we got it on film.
We have sugar babies. They have jelly babies.
Woo! Wait, what do we call sugar babies? We don't have sugar babies.
We do have sugar babies.
We have Sour Patch Kids.
We have sugar babies. You have been ignoring the sugar babies. Sugar babies.
What the fuck is a sugar baby? Outside of those people that you pay money to hang out with you.
No. Sugar baby are like these little caramel. They're like about the size of a Skittle or a jelly bean, but they're like soft caramel on the inside, and then like a little bit more hard caramel on the outside, and they're very delicious.
Do they look like babies?
No, they look like jelly beans. But the reason that they call them sugar babies is that there's also like a sugar caramel thing that's in a bigger form, that's like a big hunk of caramel that's attached to a stick, and it's
sugar daddy.
And that's a sugar daddy. Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
And it's made by the same company, Sugar Daddies and Sugar Babies.
Alrighty. I feel like that name is very lazy. They could have done something better, seeing as it's a piece of fucking caramel.
Whatever.
Sugar
I love
stick.
Sugar Babies.
Baby. Okay. Alright. Yeah. We've learned that you like a lot of things today.
I have a great memory of going, like, I was in Mississippi with my cousin, and I think it was like the 80s. I was like 8 years old. And she said, you want to go to the store? And I was like, wow, there's a store around here, because like there's like kind of like a long winding road that you have to take to my grandmother's house that at the time was unpaved. And I was like, there's a store around here? She was like, yeah, there's a store. So we went trekking through some field to some other person's house, and I looked at the house and I was like, this doesn't look like a store. And she's like, it is a store.
It don't look like Walgreens.
We walk into the store. It's a man at his kitchen table with like a jar full of dill pickles and some other like candies and stuff. And we gave him some money. And
backwoods hills have eyes kind of country stores this.
And
I like it.
And he got a big fork, and he got me a dill pickle and I bought a blow pop and some sugar daddies and all of this other stuff. And when we got back home and my mom saw me eating a dill pickle, she said, "Where'd you get that?" I said, "I got it from the store," and she didn't ask me any more questions about it.
Nah, yeah, nah. That sounds like those stores they had in the color purple, and they just nah.
It was a store. It was a store.
Okay, that's
it's a kitchen table store.
Okay.
He's just sitting up there.
Here.
He's like, "What y'all?"
Some man selling pickles and candy at his table for children. The store.
Well, he had customers. It was for sale. We gave him the money. He gave us the pickles and the sugar daddies.
I don't like it. The things you be doing be real sus to me.
What? It's an adventure. We didn't die.
But did you die? But did you die? Remind me not to hang out with you in the backwoods of any southern town. This is.
Why?
Like, hey, you gonna go to the store? We in the.
You're gonna come away with a dill pickle and a sugar daddy. It'll be fine.
Like an actual sugar daddy?
No.
Like he gonna be paying me?
Caramel on a stick.
A dill pickle and a sugar daddy. Okay. Oh my god.
Jelly babies. Yeah.
Wow.
Contains fruit juice.
And that's all your snacks?
I don't know. It's a big head. No, I don't even think that's all of them. But that was just some. That's whatever I was able to get to. And she warned me and apologized for these. These are Twiglets. Apparently, they're not very good and everybody hates them. But she said she likes them.
Sent them.
Yes, because she likes them. She eats them like once every 5 years. And she says, maybe you'll like it. So she sent them.
I mean, it's like sending a bottle of Malort. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's widely not liked, but you still drink it.
I drink it. I drink my Malort. I drink it, and I just throw it in some other fruit juice, and I'd be like, it's a cocktail.
Well, no, like if you mix it in a cocktail, I hear it's good, but it's also just touted as like a drink that you're not actually supposed to like.
But I like
drink it because it's not good, but it's also good because it's not good. It's the irony of the drink itself.
Yeah, but like Jägermeister has made like so much money, and that's also part of their branding. It was like, no, you're gonna get fucked up, and this is to put some hair on your chest, and you're like, it's nasty, and they're like, yeah, like that's
right. That's the point. That's you want something good?
They just leaned in with their branding, and they're like, no, we're gonna make that feature like. We're going to build a whole brand around that feature that it tastes awful.
Yeah. I mean, as Mike has said, he doesn't like his alcohol tasting good because it is poison. And he needs to be reminded that he's putting poison in his body and should not enjoy it.
Yeah.
Which is fair. I like pretty lies. And that is why I drink my mango wine.
I miss wine coolers. I like apples. I like that
so
apple cider vinegar. Not apple cider vinegar, but the cider beer.
Ew.
I like that. Yeah, because it tastes like apple juice. Fuzzy apple juice.
It's a cider. It's literally a cider.
Yeah.
It's not a beer. I had a strawberry beer once. It was actually pretty good.
This is a double-decker. The Cadbury double-decker. It's a chocolate covered mystery to me because what's in this? Don't know.
It's just a pre-packaged, rewrapped Snickers.
It doesn't look like a Snickers. It's something completely different. I thought I was biting into a Smartie, and then it started foaming.
Well, according to you, you like that.
I do like that. That was interesting.
I bet it was. Ooh, unlocked memory. Yes. It was so nostalgic.
I like all of those fuzzy stuff. And all
look, I don't even like pop rocks. They be doing too much. You put it in my mouth and it's all hopping around in my mouth. Like, no. Stay still.
I like that. I like it.
No.
I like it.
You're
I bought these tins of like chocolate covered shots. I got it from some specialty shop, but like you can't bite into it like bite because it was literally filled with rum like in your mouth, and then it breaks apart in your mouth, and it's like whoosh, shot of rum plus the chocolate. It was so good.
No.
I've been looking for those.
I don't. I bet you have. I do not like the idea of thinking I'm eating chocolate and there's a liquid in it that's liquidy, for lack of a better term. Like, I don't know. I don't.
It's not
sensory
liquidy.
Overload.
It's liquid.
It's sensory overload is what it is. You went from a solid to a liquid in like 5 seconds. My mouth is gonna be like, what the fuck are we supposed to chew or swallow?
You do a little of
I don't
both.
like it.
You mash it with your tongue.
No. Oh God. I hope you get some fans from this, Fatima.
From what? Oh, well. Send me more chocolates.
Well, we need like a PO box to send candy. Send candy to Fatima at PO Box 02134.
And cake mixes. Cake mixes of different flavors of cakes that I can.
If you're not old enough to know what that PO box is, you shouldn't be watching this show. I wonder if that PO box still works. I'll look it up. I've been doing it all show.
My box of goodies is so heavy.
02134. Yep, that's it. Don't look at my legs. I'm mad I still remember that fucking P.O. box.
What's that from?
You shouldn't be watching this show. I told you, if you don't know where that P.O. box is from, you shouldn't be watching this show.
I don't know, so I can't watch the show that I'm in.
Yes, it's from Zoom.
What?
Did you ever watch? Bitch.
I don't know.
You never watched Zoom?
You
PBS?
never went to a neighbor's house and bought a sugar daddy and a dill pickle?
First of all, I did. It was called the Candy Lady's House, and we knew good and goddamn well it wasn't the store. It was the Candy Lady's house. You ain't calling that lady's house no goddamn store.
It's a store.
But no, so the P.O. box is from the show Zoom that used to come on like PBS. And Zoom's been out since 1972. So
Zoom?
Is Zoom.
Zoo.
Zoom. ZOOM.
Zoom.
Yes.
Come
on and Zoom, come on and Zoom, come on and Zoom, come on and Zoom, come on and Zoom, 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 Zoom. You don't remember that?
No. Did you? My favorite show on PBS was the one with the Ghost Rider.
What? I don't know that one. Hold up. Now I gotta show you now I gotta show you the damn show. Cause you over here don't know what Zoom is?
You don't know what Ghost Rider is.
I sure don't. The fuck? Zoom intro. Okay, I think this might be the one. This is the one I remember from like the 90s.
Well, I always want to find ways to save you money. So let's meet the barely paid spokesperson for the new Mint family.
And Can you hear it? I can't believe you've never seen Zoom.
I've never seen this.
Come on and Zoom, come on and Zoom, come on and Zoom, come on and Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. Your face. Come on and Zoom, Zoom, Zoom.
I'm Joey.
Zoom, Zoom.
Hey, I'm Jared. I'm Queso. I'm Pablo. I'm Elisa. I'm Deacon. And I'm Lenise. We're all one world now. Let's talk.
We want to hear from you. Come on, give it a try. And if you like what you see, turn off the TV and do it. Come on and Zoom, 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 Zoom. Come on and Zoom, 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 Zoom, Zoom. Oh, my childhood. But yes, that was Zoom. It was like a variety educational show. I think maybe because I've never watched it. The Electric Company, maybe.
I know the Electric Company.
I think it might have been that would have been its parallel with the Electric Company.
I know Reading Rainbow.
Everybody knows Reading Rainbow.
And
Yeah.
Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider was my favorite PBS show.
What was that?
That was a show where kids try to solve mysteries, and there was somebody on the other side of the computer that was giving them clues, but he was a ghost.
Oh, that sounds creepy.
And also it later got revealed in one of the episodes that he was afraid of dogs.
You got to send us
What's the matter?
Wow, okay, so that's it.
Yep.
Did you send them emails or
Hell
mail?
no. Nope. I didn't have an email at the time.
Did you send them mail? Okay,
Nope.
we gotta go. We'll talk about Ghost Rider next time because I loved Ghost Rider.
And if you like what you see, turn off the TV and do it.
Yes. Go to the UK and buy some snacks. Buy some Twizzlers.
Send us a mail, a Z-mail. To
Send
PO
us snacks.
02134.
So you can watch me marvel at the packaging and not eat it on camera.
Bye.
Bye.